why I'm watching this. Let me rewind it a little bit. Let me rewind this a little bit. Now, let me it's called Deep Impact. I haven't watched the entire movie. I guess has Elijah Wood in it. Elijah, I know you're upset at God for not him allowing you to grow tall. Maybe God wanted to see you as a child. Okay, well, we'll go. Oh, anyway, this movie this movie depicts two parents that are with the character. I don't know the character's name. Young Elijah Wood's parents, and indeed he leaves his parents with a little beautiful girl on a motorcycle. The parents, I guess, in this is the target of my thoughts. They're in this movie. I guess they're as parents we're entrusted with the safety of our children. That in fact we provide. I'm not a father, I don't think, but we're so programmed to protect our children that in fact if a giant asteroid was gonna hit the surface of the earth and in fact make a tidal wave, that in fact we parents that you put yourself in their shoes, that I would give a motorcycle to my son and suppose his girlfriend or girl to ride off into the sunset to be saved. And what's interesting is, a lot of people talk about their great love for their spouse. But in fact, the reality is in America that we get so cold, hard-hearted that we usually can't last 5 years of marriage. But, okay, this film is depicting good parenting. That's now as everyone's running, the good parents, they, in the face of death, of certain death, it reminds me of that scene of the Titanic, that in fact the old couple that learned the secret of life, that in fact you love others as you would love yourself, that Hollywood won't show that these people would certainly be Christians with the Holy Spirit, that in fact have been molded by God to be in certain death, like Timothy, or was it Timothy in the Bible, that when they stoned him to death, in his dying words, he wanted to emulate God or Jesus, to say, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do, or something to those lines. He was dying, and that's what how God molded them. And they take away, of course, the Holy Spirit, which gives us the power to love one another as God would have us do. I know not of any people that are without the Holy Spirit that have such love as to see certain death and to try to comfort one another in the eyes of certain death to this magnitude, where everyone else is going crazy. Let me rewind that. Everyone else See, everyone else is going crazy. But in fact, they learn the secret of life. Now, it was brought to my attention that God doesn't. This film that certain death brings on people. When you watch it on TV, some people like the brimstone, mega, massive death catastrophe scenes that, in fact, it puts a devil or demon in you that gives you a little thrill at massive death. Now there's the scene that, in fact, what would I do that if my earthly parents were my earthly dad, my earthly mom, presented me with a motorcycle and said, you and your young bride, we want you to be safe, leave us to die. What would I do? Part of me would, of course, want to jump on the bike and ride off to the mountains and endure. Is it God's will? But in the instant, if my earthly mother and father, in the face of certain death, presented me an exit and says, we love you more than us, we could have jumped on this motorcycle and saved ourselves, but we love you more than us. I would